Hey guys, Kurt here, and today I want to talk about being in separation. A very, very painful thing for a lot of people, for everybody, right? And I'm going to break this down into two main areas. The first area is what is separation, right? Like debunking myths about separation, okay, what that is. We're going to talk about that, okay? And then we're going to talk about what you can do to end separation. And actually, those two things do kind of dovetail together into one main thing, which you'll understand very soon. So first, separation. There's really no such thing as separation. There's not any such thing as separation any more than there is any such thing as union. You are your twin flame. You cannot be in separation from them. You are them. You could go watch my video called What Are Twin Flames? If you go to the main page of this channel, New World All-Star, go to the playlists section and look for the playlist called How to Get Your Twin Flame. I've assembled all of these types of videos where I talk about twin flames into one playlist. So go watch all those videos. That way you don't have to go digging through my channel to find them. But what I point out in that video is that you, in quotation marks, you is bigger than you think. You is a system that includes your body and this other person's body. And then there's other things going on in between there. But at the core of this being, this one being that inhabits two bodies, is the soul. It's one being that inhabits two bodies. And at your core, you are that being. You are a soul. When you do the thing that we call die, your body ceases to function and your mind ceases to exist. What's left? You, the soul. And you have to align with that. And stop paying attention to the physical person. And to align with that, it's going to include a shift in the way that you believe about this, or the way that you look at this, or perceive this connection that you have with this person. Because it's not actually a connection. It's not a connection. With a soulmate or something like that, you can have a connection, right? This is not a connection. You are them. It's one thing. You cannot be separate. You is bigger than you think. You, your body, is part of one being. Two physical bodies that are part of one being. And you have to change your perception about this. That's why you're in separation. Separation, so-called. Okay? Also, I don't like the word union, technically, because you can't get into union with yourself. You already are yourself. Okay? Now, you can do what I'm going to explain to you in the next part of this video, the second part of this video, and get the physical person to come to you and stay. Okay? You can attract them to you. I did. It's easy, actually. But you have to get past the obsessive thinking about them, and you got to get out of the mind and its wanting to control things. The mind, the ego, likes to be in control, and it wants to control things that it can't control. Like, oh, we're in separation and it's not supposed to be that way. What do I got to do about it? Well, here's what I got to do. You have to go through all these stages, and I've addressed this before too. This is one of the myths, that there are stages that you have to go through, and everybody has to go through the separation stage before they can get into union. Well, I can tell you from having coached hundreds of people who have met their other self, so-called twin flame, hundreds of people who have met their twin flame and gone through this whole thing, there's several that choose not to be with their twin flame. And there's some that do want to be with their twin flame and end up there. I've got one student that's married to their twin flame. And there's other people that choose to be by themselves, which is even more awesome. Okay? But you can choose to do whatever you want, but it's a choice when it comes to the 3D physical stuff. But you have to align with what's in here. your soul first, and then the 3D physical stuff comes later when the person comes to you. You attract them to you when you align with your soul, when you go within. You are a soul at your core, and they are the same soul. You guys are the same being. You can't try to get this person to be with you. So you have to stop thinking about it in terms of there's a me and there's a them, and I gotta get that person. Okay? What you have to do is focus on your spiritual ascension, which brings me to the second part of the video, what you can do about it. Okay, it's like this. It's a paradox, right? You're doing something else, and then the one thing that you let go of is what ends up happening. Okay, you want to be with your other self, your twin flame, and you say you have to get yourself energetically to a place where you don't care about the outcome. You don't have a preference about it. And then you switch your focus to your spiritual ascension journey. And your goal is to ascend. And you don't have any preference about whether or not this person comes to be with you or not. At all. You don't have any preference about that. You're focused on your ascension. And by doing that, you align with your soul. And then that's when they show up. It's kind of a paradox. It's kind of a paradox. And by the way, if you want help, just go to my website, twinflameallstar.com, and sign up for my Introduction to the Journey course. You can start watching the videos right now. And by the time you're done watching, you're not going to have any questions. You're going to know what you need to do to make that happen and how to get out of the obsessive thinking and start feeling better too. And not just better, but amazing. So there is something that you can do about this. And just a week or so ago, I posted another video where I spoke to the fact that even if your other self is married or with somebody else, it doesn't matter. This is your soul. You absolutely have the power to do this, guys. It's your soul. It's not that you're trying to get this person. You're trying to get what's in here. And you absolutely have control over that. And then this person ends up coming to you as a bonus, as an extra, right? As a byproduct of that work, as an extra kind of thing that happens, right? It's not really what your focus is. Okay? And it doesn't matter if they're married. And you're not breaking up the marriage. You don't care. You don't have any preference about whether they stay with that person or not. You're focused on your ascension, and that's all. That's all you're focused on. They, on their own, choose to leave that marriage. They just have this overarching desire to leave. And then they end up with you. Funny how that works. And it happens, you guys. It happens. Now, here's another thing. There's probably some of you sitting there watching this going, well, why should I listen to you? How do I know this is going to work? Okay, first of all, what do you mean, how do you know this is going to work? You can't make your goal to be with that person. Your goal has to be your ascension. And when you say, how do I know this is going to work? What you're talking about is, Kurt, how do I know I'm going to end up with that person? Maybe you're not, you watching this video, but I have gotten that from people, like in my live Q&As and stuff. How do I know this is going to work? You have to make your goal your ascension, not to be with them. And then they end up coming to you as a extra bonus thing that happens on the side. You're not even trying to do that. It just kind of happens. Now, I'll answer your question though still. How do you know this is going to work? Well, do you got any better ideas? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Huh? You going to kidnap them? Right? Like I always like to say, tie them up in the basement and brainwash them with MK Ultra brainwashing techniques or something? Handcuff them? Force them to be with you somehow? What are you going to do? Argue with them? You already know calling them on the phone and trying to reason with them isn't going to work. What are you going to do? You got any better ideas? I'm telling you that you and your twin flame are the same soul, and you need to let go of the physical person and go in here where your soul is, guys. And you actually have the nerve to ask me, how do I know, or how do I know this is going to work? I mean, and that's fine. I'm sorry for putting it that way, but seriously, I'm trying to wake you up. Wake up! Wake up! You know? what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Okay, I know. We're going to go heal the divine masculine template. I got to get a bunch of past life regression done. I got to heal my child inner wounds. I got to obsess over them and do visualizations and vision boards and things and all this other kind of crap that people have tried. It's all over YouTube. It's all over the internet. Everybody's already tried it. Everybody already knows it doesn't work. I'm the only person you've seen that tells you the obvious. They are your soul guys. Go in here to where your soul is. It's very simple. What do you mean, how do I know this is going to work? You got any better ideas? Kidnap them? Force them? Obsess over them? Okay, do that. Fine. And let me tell you something. By the time you embrace your ascension and you're going full bore down that path, you're not going to care if they come to be with you or not, because you're going to feel so fucking fabulous. Trust me on that. Trust me on that. And then they're going to show up anyway. So there you go, guys. That's how you end twin flame separation. Thank you very much for watching. Enjoy the rest of your week.